Special ceremony right here in Louisiana for military veterans.
The Jackson Barracks is now one of several new additions to the Purple Heart Trail. The ceremony in New Orleans featured the Louisiana National Guard, Governor's Office, and Military Order of the Purple Heart. The National Guard Training Center in Pineville, Camp Villery, and Gillis W. Long were also added to the Purple Heart Trail. This trail runs through all 50 states to commemorate the men and women wounded or who made the ultimate sacrifice in combat.